good, people? What is good? It is your boy Cam, baseball frame of mind, man. With another out of the park video, man. We're gonna continue our lovely journey through this thing, man. I don't even know what to call it, bro. I'll just be playing this game, bro, on this streaming thing, man. It's like 4 in the morning. So hopefully y'all having a good Sunday. Um we gonna do this thing and we're gonna have some fun with it, man. That's what we're gonna do. Play this game a little bit, man. Try and stay up for real because I got a show to do on our other channel. Check out the football frame of mind, right? Baseball frame of mind. You see that? Like, yeah, so we're trying to keep that thing going, man. So check it out. Um, and we're gonna do what it do, man. We're gonna do what it do, and we're gonna have some fun with it, man. That's what it's about, you know. Just having fun, talking about the game, baseball. Had a wonderful All-Star game, man. Um, I don't know if Kyle Riley is gonna be MVP, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna be in the conversation, man. He's having a really, really good season. But nonetheless, man, let's talk about this thing, man. So we got a whole lot, man, to talk about. So I had some really, really interesting moves, man. So don't worry about it. This is 2064. So by this time we should have like $1 billion contracts. So don't be like, oh man, it just all messed up because it's really not. And just the way it goes, man. The good players get paid a lot, and the middle of the pack players get paid enough, right? So obviously, yeah, I know that the league that I created is competing with MLB, right? They competing with MLB. Uh, got players that compete with TBL players, right? But when it comes to like the tournaments, in terms of like the World Baseball Classic and then the Olympiad, right? They all play together. So don't be like that. But this is all about the TBL, man. I want to say 20 years, 30 years of TBL, man. 30 years. So, yeah. Yeah, 30 years, man. Uh, so, yeah. Yeah, 30 years of TBL action, man. So, it's been really fun, man. It's a lot of good players, dog. Like I said, starting to build up what I would call a pretty good Hall of Fame, man. Like a really, really good players. You know, like I said, now if you ask me who the best player is, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's a lot of good players. It's a lot of good players with a lot of hits and stuff. A lot of home runs, man. So depending on what you like, you know. But if I had to pick a player that I thought was like the best, right? The best at what they did, you know. Like I would think you could say a two-way player, but because obviously pitching and hitting. So that might have been Jaden Zimmer. It might have been if I was going like that route. But He wasn't like the best. He was a good pitcher and he was a good hitter, right? So I could say Zimmer, but that would be disrespectful to players like Samuel Basalo, right? Be disrespectful to them to come over here from MLB, right? After a really good season and being that kind of flag bearer, right? For the thing. It would be disrespectful to players like, Chris Berry, right? You know, stealing stealing bases, man, getting doubles, getting triples, things like that, right? You know, also be disrespectful, to Kevin Sager, right? 300 wins, most in league history, obviously 4,000 strikeouts. It'd be disrespectful to those kind of guys, right? So, just I don't know. So, if I had to break it down, it'd be tough. But if I had to break it down to like the best pitcher, then it'd probably be definitely Kevin Sager, bro. He'd be the best. Like 2039 is like stupid. Like what is that? You know? And to keep in context, they had just won. He had literally just won, I wanna say, his first Cy Young the year before, right? And his first title, right? Big boy stuff. And then you come back and do this. 1.13. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. Then get close in 41, right? A little bit further away, 43, but that's nasty. Nasty. And then when his stuff started to go away, right, in terms of like being able to strike people out and stuff, turn into a control pitcher, you know? Like, all right, maybe I don't need my fastball anymore, you know? I obviously can't hit 101. I can't hit 101 anymore. So I'll keep it in the, mid 90s, you know what I'm saying? 95, 94, 6, right? But still command that shit, right? So, still one of the best pitchers in the game. To finish your career without a negative WAR season is pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying? So I find that to be pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. So that's the best pitcher, hands down, right? Now the best hitter. Best hitter, man. Now that's tough. Well, I could go George Hayes because, early on he was pretty good. Early on he was pretty good. But I'd say the best hitter for me that I've seen throughout this whole I guess you say franchise or whatever, is probably Dave Stewart. Now I don't know where Dave Stewart is, but Dave Stewart was pretty good. He could he didn't hit for power much, but he definitely hit a lot, right? I would say that, but I'm biased a little bit. So, best hitter. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see, man. Leaderboards. Let's see who the best hitter is, man. In terms of hits, anyway. So, I mean, you could go Steven Zapula, right? Obviously, he got the most hits, right? But, but I don't know, man. Best hitter. Best hitter. Mm-mm-mm. That's tough, man. You know what? Um, best hitter in this thing, man. You know what? I give Zapula some love, man, because he ain't just hit for like he ain't just hit for average, bro. Like he hit for power too, right? And he stole a shit ton of bases. Like dude was sick, man. Like you talk about like starting off like because like I was about to draft him. Like I want to say I was about to draft him because I was like, I guess you say my manager was like a manager character is obviously me, right? So I try to make it to where I own the team, manage the team, GM too. So if you watch football, you know that's kind of the role of Jerry Jones. So I try to do that, sign players, draft them, coach them, and things like that, right? Because Jerry Jones be trying to coach too. But I was about to draft him in like the seventh round, and then the fucking Comets just snagged him up. Like I was like, bruh. So they knew. They knew. You know what I'm saying? They knew. They knew flat out what they knew that he was gonna be good. Right. And they didn't want to trade him, bro. They didn't want to trade him. I offered them prospects, I offered them money, draft picks, all kind of stuff. So I had to add some excuse me. I had to add some money to the trade to make it go through, man. Like I was like, damn. But I got my dude, and one of his best skill sets at first because he was a raw player, right? Raw player, definitely raw as hell. Um, but um, he was a base stealer for me. He was a base stealer for me. I was like, man, I need that pinch runner. Like somebody get hurt or we got our meat of the lineup coming up, man. Right, get on base. You put him in there, you win by walk off, or you win, extra inning game or two, just because you got that speed on there, right? And I was like, all right, well, let's just, let's just see what happens with dude. Let's just see. And I said, I don't know why I keep yawning, man. Not like tired, but anyway. But like I said, um, he was good. Gave him the super soldier type thing, right? They make him too OD, but let his potential show, right? You know, and I'm like, all right, cool. Now, one thing I do, like, I win a lot with the team I'm with. So I'm with the Brooklyn Power right now, right? So we're in the midst of like building a dynasty and everything. And then, I do the natural thing, right? You own the team and you own the team and then you give it to your kids. That's what I do. So excuse me again, man. I apologize. My bad. Let me see, what was I gonna do? So I gave it to my kids. So I tried to anyway. But I think what you about a team? Well, I guess my daughter sold the team. She sold the team. She sold the team for some bread. So she took it as far as she wanted to take it. But let me see. I can research it real quick. Let me see. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, she sold the team. Yeah, she sold the team to Dave. Okay, so that's not bad. That's not a bad move because it's so she. I would say if this was more of a realistic situation, I'd say she sold the team at the best value you could get it at, in a sense. So, and I say that because being the league's most winningest team in a sense, like you look at the league standings and everything, right? So let's see teams. There we go. So when you think about winningest teams, right? That's your winningest team, the Mercenaries, right? So in terms of everything, right? Now the OG teams obviously are like 31, 2031 when the league started, right? So the Mercenaries would probably be the TBL version of the TBL version of the Yankees, maybe, right? You know, that's like the big dynasty, right? So, you sell that team, that's a lot of money in that, you know, even from a fictional standpoint. You just use your imagination with it in a sense, right? The team is quite good, you know, has a lot of championships, whether it be, you know, short in terms of goddamn, excuse me. In terms of how short the run was, like I said, the World Championship of Baseball was a tournament that I was trying to do between MLB and the TBL, but I don't know what happened, but I had to like delete it and stuff because it was causing trouble with the save and everything. It was like making it crash out and stuff like that at a certain point. So as soon as I deleted it, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Hold on. I think my dog is up. Hold on. Yeah, I got my dog. She was whining. Yeah, she was whining. Say hello, people. Say hello. Say hello to the stream. Say hello to the stream. Hmm? Say hello to the stream. Yeah. So yeah, and she's only I want to say 7 weeks old today. She's 7 weeks old. She's just a little baby. So you tell she's still teething anyway. But these are a little spirit animal. So let's see if she's hungry. I'm not sure what she wants. Let me see. If I got anything in here for you to play with, girl, just cleaned up in here. But but yeah, so we get into it, man. I'd step away real quick, probably take her out, feed her or something like that. But man, I think she didn't hear anybody, so um she's like, well, you know, everybody's quiet and things like that. Don't bite that. Don't bite that. Don't bite that. Don't bite that. Hey, hey, don't bite that. Don't bite that. No, no. So, but yeah, that'd be a winningest team. And like I said, the World Championship of Baseball was something I was trying, but messed up my save a lot. So I was like, whatever, man. You know, just kind of do it on the end of the season basis or whatever. You know, just to see who's a better team or whatever. But yeah, man. But yeah, so um very interesting, just to see how, the teams go of sorts because, you know, every league has their perennial bottom feeder, you know. So as we get into like year 30 plus, right? It's fun to see which team over the course of this whole thing has been the worst, you know. And obviously you got you have you have your newer teams, right? Obviously teams that haven't been in the league 10 years yet, right? So they don't necessarily count because they're still new, and they're trying to figure things out of sorts, but that's kind of what it is. You're looking at you're looking at teams in like 31, right? That's a good sample size. 39 is too. That's a pretty good sample size as well. But out of the OG teams from like the 31 season, the Detroit Black Sox have been kind of that team that struggled a lot, right? You know, they make the playoffs. They got a really good team in 51, right? I don't even think they did anything in that particular season, right? Another good team the year after, and then after that, the bottom falls out, right? You've had multiple 100 loss, 90 loss seasons, and within within a within a I would say man, within a vacuum of it, right? It's not the best situation, right? But in terms of like career things like that, right? They haven't had like a really superstar like level player that they could build around, right? You would think I was thinking Choi might have been that guy that got him. I want to say they got him pretty high, right, in the draft or something like that, or signed with him, some crazy. They picked him first overall, and it just never really materialized. Like, and that's just kind of what it was. He got a gold glove or something like that, That's about it. Girl, you trying to play. You trying to play. It's early. It's early. What you doing up? What you doing up? Hmm? Hmm? You want your belly rub? Come on, I'll rub your belly. I'll rub your belly for you. 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 I'm trying to scream. I'm trying to scream. I'm trying to scream, little girl. I'm trying to scream. You wanna play? You wanna play, man? You wanna play? Come here. Come here. Come here. Put you on the couch. No, no, not that anyway. Hmm. It's up here. All right. He should be good now. All right. So, uh, no. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. All right. Hey, you better be careful. Hey, 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 hey. Wow. Anyway, but yeah, that's the Detroit Black Sox, man, in a sense of like, um, what it is, you know. Like I said, Snelling is most certainly probably their best player. You know, like I say, he's probably their best player, hands down. You know, there for a while, did a lot of good stuff, but they haven't had the great collection of of players, right, to really be a team that you could, you know, do that. So they did make the playoffs last year, which was the first time in about 10 years. So that's pretty good, man. But nonetheless, just the revisionist history of the league so far, man. Nothing too crazy, man. Just letting y'all know what it is, man. So, but like I said, we're gonna continue this. We're gonna continue this whole thing, man. Like I said, we're gonna continue this thing. Um, and we're gonna be all right. We're gonna do what it do, man. Hey, 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 hey! You're going to fall off the couch, little girl. You better be careful. All right, so let's get our team together, man. So, um, I'm going to put. I'm going to do. You know, I'm going to do the just sim it, right? We'll sim that thing. Not sim it, but get our lineup together. I should have left it alone. I should have left it alone because it's not, you know, perfect or whatever. Or not perfect. That's not the word I'm looking for. Because it's not the regular season, should I say? That's what I really need to do. You know. So, like I said, we get to we get to get to the regular season, man, and then we start to see, how the season goes, right? I think that's the biggest and most important thing, bro. Right? All right. So, we picked up guys Serrano, right? He was with us last year, 16-3. He's been an all-star before, right? So he's most certainly really good, right? Um, you know, Leo Lopez is looking like the closer, but he's really not the closer, right? It's really Weidman. He's really the closer. Yeah, he's really the closer. He's really the closer on our team for real. I really like three setup men, right? So and that could be anybody, honestly. It could be anybody. So but not just anybody, should I say. That's the wrong way to think about it. Right. And Tim Loeffler, right? One of the guys that we picked up in a trade or whatever, right? You know, he was really good, made some strides or whatever. So I think he should be the setup man, right, for the sixth inning. Right. Luminaire, right? Packard. Actually no, he's gonna be the sixth inning. Yeah, Loeffler's gonna be the sixth inning. And then I'm trying to see. And you want your middle relief guys to have some pretty good stamina too. And because our lineup is so potent, it's not the biggest thing of importance, but he definitely can do double duty. So he'll be the sixth, and Wasserman will be like the seventh. So we can do that. That'll be cool. And then Packard can be like your closer because he got some, he's got some of that too. So right, and plus, right, if it makes sense in a way, it makes sense in a way that he'd be the sixth, he could be the seventh, and he could be the eighth. That's how I like to set up my thing, right? And I'll get into why I do that in a sense. Obviously, Guy Serrano, right? But we're gonna rock with Kevin Sager and Mike because they've earned that shit. Most certainly earned it. Yeah, they most certainly earned it. Um, Dong John Ka, pretty good player. Um, yeah, pretty good player. Third overall, right? Came back into the draft, picked third overall again, right? So there you go. So he's a well traveled player, you know. So he'll be fourth, most certainly. And then Gonzalez, and then we'll follow suit like that. That's the best way to do it, you know. Right. So let's see this lineup, man. We got a whole lot of good players in here, got a lot of power in there, including this guy we signed this year, or free agency, should I say. Nice contract, man, from Israel. So be on the lookout for him being like rookie of the year in a sense, right? So he's gonna be quite good. He's gonna be quite good, right? So I kind of like um our resident speed demon that is Sweet Joe Williams, right? Former MVP, right? One of the best players, one of the best still young players in the league. Um, Interesting career to say the least. Because over the course of it, I always have like generational drafts, should I say, right? We can go into that a little later. But a generational draft is like at the top, you would say, like, say you got Bryce Harper, that draft, I think, with he had Manny Machado in there, right? Generational drafts, right? Where you get like players that are can't miss and are the future of the league all in one draft, right? So, um, 53 was that year, right? And he chose the harder of the routes, right? He chose the harder of the routes, and not necessarily the hardest of the routes, but he most certainly chose the route of most resistance, should I say, right? Because the majority of his constituents, within that group of guys that are supposed to be the future of the league, they all signed, you know, but he decided not to. I guess Pittsburgh wasn't necessarily the team that he wanted to go to. I guess he wasn't the team they wanted to go to. And at the time, Pittsburgh was quite bad. You know, like they were pretty bad. They didn't want to. They weren't good. Like 52, they lost 100 games, and he was supposed to be the guy, right? Now, no telling, right, that if they would have been good or not. Not you don't know that. You can't predict that part of. You can't predict that part of. You know, you can't predict that part of the game, but they were bad. And sometimes you don't want to sign with somebody that's bad, right? And, just a few years before that, they were a 100-game winning team. So life comes at you fast on this game, should I say, right? So, he's already trending on Hall of Fame pace. So, yeah. But long story short, he is most certainly a speed demon. And he cold. He cold. And I don't mind him leading off at all. I don't. But I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind him playing a little bit. Wouldn't mind him playing something else. Yeah, he's quite good. Just feel like that's all wrong. I feel like he's a lot better than that, right? So, like I said, it's a weird situation, but yeah, 53 was a good year. It was a great year. Great year, man. But um Eric Westcott as well. He was pretty good too. Shit, he on that shit, bro. He on that shit, man. He's with Denver for a long time. Couldn't really get over the hump. Even signed back with them, which is really hard to get somebody to do. That's been quite good, right? Like I said, man, he signed a big money contract with us, but he also signed pretty long with Denver too, right? Did a lot of good stuff with Denver, man. But when you're a player of his caliber, you really want to win, right? You want to win, right? But he's played a long time, right? And I want to say Brian is kind of the same way. He was picked, in that 53 class as well, uh, by Dallas, right? And he was pretty good with Dallas. He was kind of billed to be the guy. And Chicago made a trade. They had a really, really good young team, and just didn't work out, man. Whether it be injuries or whatever, it just didn't work out, and they just made the playoffs for the first time last season. So, but ended up getting him, and it's been pretty good, man. Pretty good. Nice bat to have, and the end of it, obviously, he's not happy right now, but I think that has a lot to do with his. I think it has a lot to do with the lineup, the way it shakes out. To be honest with you, but typically, I like to have speed at the top and speed in the back end, right? But it might not work out like that. So let's see. So Zen, who is the MVP of the league, right? Champion with us. You already know how that works, right? Champion with us. Really good player. Been a good player. Um, and has a really good bat. Like really good bat. So the fact that he can hit and he can run a little bit makes him a really good candidate for the leadoff spot. Right? Um then check on this dog. Um then I'd probably go Westcott, at the 2 because he's fast, can get on base, can run. It's fast and running are two different things. Then oh shit, I want to do that. All right, so then like I said, we go Westcott. Um, could go Bruno at 4. I definitely could. I definitely go Joe third because he's really good, really good, like really good. But based off of last season, though, I'll go Westcott 3, and then Bruno will be 4th. Um, Dillard, can be behind him. Not comfy over there. Okay. I'm gonna lay down up here. I'm gonna lay down on the couch, girl. I don't have to lay right there. Yeah, here. Lay on the floor. Yeah, lay right there. Lay right there. Yeah. She's still sleeping. I think she didn't feel anybody. She didn't hear anybody either. All right, so I think I'll go Joel Dillard right there. Yeah, because he's got some pop too. So does Dillard. Yeah. But you know what? I'll put need some contact, man. I need some contact behind Bruno because Bruno, even though he's not as fast, he can still run a little bit. So if you can get somebody with some contact batting behind him, chances are you'll probably get a chance to bring him in without having too much issues, right? And Dillard's got a lot of pop in the lineup, man. So I'll probably go him, Martinez, and then Brian Freeman. still pretty good. Cardona's pretty good too. Cardova, should I say? So bat him behind that, and then Freeman at the bottom, and that's fine. You can be upset. That's okay. You know, you gotta show me something. You gotta show me something when it comes to that. You gotta show me something, right? But nonetheless, man, I want to keep him starting. I want to keep him starting. Although, he got he gave me some homers last year, man. He gave me 20, right? And he's not a terrible player either, man. Like he's underrated power hitter, should I say? Underrated power hitter. He's also an all-star and a Silver Slugger, so he's definitely earned the respect, right? But we spent a lot of money, so eh, we'll see. We'll see. But that's really the lineup I'm going with at this particular juncture. So let's check out. Let's meet the team, right? So obviously coming off of back-to-back championships, right? Um, um, Manny Aguas is, one of those guys. Max Crowder is the guy. Just retired not too long ago. Damn, my whole staff gone. I thought I hired some people. Well, damn, ain't that some shit? I didn't hire nobody. I'm going into the thing with the shits. Let's see. Are they with me last year? He was with me last year. All right. Yeah. So, Andre was he with me last year? Nah, he was with Charlotte, which is interesting nonetheless. He was the manager of the Brooklyn Power for a little bit during that run they had where they were supposed to be real good. So, Lancaster was with me last year, so I'm gonna bring him back. He will be Power. He'll be the bench coach, most certainly. Had an interesting thing though. He's with the Cottonmouths when they went to the championship a few years ago. So they just came up short, man. They had a nice run with him. So he'll be my bench coach. Obviously, Andre Gardner, who's arguably the best player to ever play the game. Like we talking about a guy that, defensively was awesome. Ran through Major League Baseball, bro. Like he's a Hall of Famer in both leagues. Like both leagues. That's how cold he is, right? Obviously in MLB, I don't know if he got 2,000 hits. I don't think so. But altogether, he's got 2,000 hits. He got a bunch of stolen bases. Like it's just nasty, nasty, man. You know, 14 WAR player when he put it together. Right, when he put it together, he was the shit. He was the shit, bro. Like for real, for real, bro. Like defensively, nobody was better than Andre, bro. Nobody. Right, that was his thing. Right, he couldn't hit a lick, but when he was on, man. He won like 4 or 5 MVPs in a row, bro. Straight nasty with it, bro. Gold gloves. Like he is nasty, bro. You know. Like I said, Hall of Famer in both leagues. Right? 92. 100% he was gonna get in regardless, right? So that's what it was. Um, really good, right? Okay, coach though. When he turned into a coach, I mean, obviously he was a bench coach for me when I started with the mercenaries, right? Then became a manager. Philly, he was winning. Brooklyn, he was winning. Charlotte, he was winning. So winning manager, but at the end, it wasn't good for Charlotte because they were coming off a pretty good run. So I don't mind bringing him back as my hidden coach. Obviously, he can do that. So bring him back as my hidden coach. No, hidden coach. My bad. Hidden coach. Yeah, hidden coach. Yeah, good smile. Good smile on this picture, right? So next is the pitching coach, in my opinion, and that's going to be Xavier Crowder, another legend of the sport, another legend of the sport. Like, what can you say? I started off with the gamblers, right? He's a big piece, big piece, man. So, drafted him. Really good and really good with the gamblers. Then he was kind of that big fish, man, that kind of helped the TBL kind of gain some traction, in this fictional universe. Right? You building a new league, you need some faces, right? Xavier Crowder was definitely one of those faces. So had a really good run with Atlanta, including a couple of championships. Man, he started off with Brooklyn because obviously that's your New York team, and you want your New York team to be kind of good. A lot of eyes there, a lot of media, so you kind of want Brooklyn to be good. Your New York teams, period. New York, LA. We didn't have Chicago when we started, so you want those markets to be good, right? Then you go to Atlanta, do real good, right? Another underrated big market, by the way. But definitely, one of those teams. I think I would say Atlanta's like Atlanta's like the biggest team in the South, right? I don't think there's too many teams that are down there. I mean, that are like relevant than the Braves. I mean, there are Braves fans obviously in Georgia. There are Braves fans obviously in Mississippi. There's you know Alabama got a lot of Braves fans. Shoot, I personally know a Braves fan that lives in South Carolina. So shout out to my boy Andrew, right? So um yeah. So I think that's the biggest team in the South. So right? So that's kind of your southern big market in a sense. So you got to make sure that's good. Obviously, he's from Atlanta, so it just works out really good. So there you go. That's my picture. I mean, shit. Why not have somebody like that? Coaching career has been up and down though. Up and down, up and down. Right? He's been winning. Excuse me. He's been winning, sorta. Philly, obviously, coach Atlanta. You know, blah. So but definitely the pitching coach. So he got fired from Portland, right? He's been a well traveled dude. So, land on your feet, land on your feet. Be my first base coach. Yeah, you land on your feet with us. Yep. So you teach infield, running, shit like that. So yeah, that's a good spot. Let's see, Federico, right? Manager. This would be a third base coach. That's fine. Well, actually, quite frankly, because he was with me last year, he could be my first base coach. And then Benitez can be my third base coach since he got fired from his job. You gotta start at the bottom. Um, in my opinion, anyway. So yeah, he'd be my third base coach. Let's see, Chris Man, new coach on the docket. Let's see. So let's see. So he was the scouting director. Then got promoted to Minneapolis. Right, a lot of good teams. Couldn't really get over the hump. And I believe he was like the assistant GM. So we bring him back as the assistant GM. Right, bring him back as the assistant GM. Right, win another title, maybe help his rating a little bit, get him another job, right? So what I need is kind of the most important part of this thing, right? The guy that's on the ground, on the boots on the ground. That's what you need. You need a guy like that, right? Your scouting director. That guy is important. Very important. Let me see. Craig Blackstock is 53. Kind of like that guy to be a little younger, like a little bit, like kind of like not like crazy young though, like nothing like that. But 53 is not that old, right? You can still get what 10 years out of him. So yeah, I'd take him, put him on my squad, bro. Yeah. Put him on the team, be my scouting director, and then might get another job, Never know. But we're going to put him as this his main job. Gonna be gonna be that, but he's gonna want to move up the food chain. All right, let's see what we got. Some training shit. Let's see anybody that's a good trainer, bro, across the board. And yeah, to make one, we'll make one. Let's see, Jorge Escobar. Yeah, yeah, we make a good trainer, bro. There we go. Put that shit about 175. Give him some good, give him a boost a little bit. Because believe it or not, your trainer is important, bro. My trainer, the one that's kind of been everywhere with me, has retired, man. I mean, when I say everywhere, he was everywhere with me. Every job, you know, every job, everywhere. He was with me. One thing I like is prevention, bro. Gotta have it. Gotta have it, man. got to have it, man. You want to prevent injury. Now, injuries are going to happen regardless when it comes to pitching and all of that, hitting, getting hit by a baseball, thrown by somebody that's like throwing 100. That's not going to feel well either way. So that's not the biggest deal in my opinion, right? You just know that kind of you need that shit a little bit. So trying to make sure I got every day. So he's on the list, 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 he's not on the list, he's on the list. All right, cool. Then we got some, like I said, we got some youngsters on there too, man. So, you know, right, he could run you know, he gonna be not a GM, he gonna be a manager. But I'm gonna have him do my AAA affiliate, should I say? Yeah, you do my AAA affiliate. Have him close to the crib. You know, get him a nice little job. Do what it do. So cool, cool, cool. Cool is the rule, right? He with the revolution, so that's his first gig. So we'll see how that works out for him as we go on. But like I said, some of the retired guys, right? So before we start this season, man, we gotta talk about one of, if not the best manager besides myself in TVL history, right? So Ryan Lambert is the guy, right? He is the dude, right? I don't even count myself as like a manager because I'm like more of a business executive, because I'm doing the ownership thing and shit too. So if we talk about pure owner, pure manager, he's the one. When I say he's good, dog. He was good. Like, so to put this into context, right? 39 wins a championship with Cleveland, right? Then Charlotte has a mini dynasty, right? And he wins with Charlotte. So that's taking two teams to the title, right? Mini dynasty, like 2, 3 championships anyway, right? Then he goes to New York, the other team, right? In New York, which is I want to say the state's capital team, right? So goes to New York and wins. But when I tell you they made a mistake and they fired him, bro. They fired him after a 96 win season and they fired him. It's crazy. So he would have won with them as well, right? But lands on his feet with San Diego, and this is the best part, right? So he's already a two-time championship manager, right? Um, hasn't had a losing season yet, including like some big, big things. Well, okay, he had a losing season. I take it back. Yeah, one. But the championships is what I'm talking about. So two already, right? Then goes to Charlotte. Then he goes to San Diego and creates his own mini dynasty, right? Winning 3 championships, including making the championship like 3 years in a row, right? But wins three, you know, leaves, right? Does his thing with San Diego, right? Hey, that's just what it is. They didn't do shit after he left either. So, right? So altogether, it's like 5 championships as a manager. Then, in his final guest job or whatever, he goes to New Jersey, the new New Jersey team, because the original team moved to Indianapolis, right? But new team, right? Looking for, looking for I guess you'd say looking for an establishment, right? It's kind of like the Cleveland Browns, right? Cleveland Browns, obviously, watch football, moved from Cleveland to Baltimore, right? So when you do that, right, the team needs to be back, right? So you get the team back, say the name, whatever, right? But this guy, right, at this point, old manager, 5 championships, whatever, goes on, to New Jersey, builds the team up, they make some moves here or there or here, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, they win. They win. And I mean, not one of the better teams that season either, right? But they win the title. So that's 6 titles as a manager. And one, two, three, 4 different franchises that you win with. Talk about legendary shit, bro. Legendary. So, including like 6 coaches of the year, manager of the year, anyway. Like, shit's crazy, right? Obviously, OG with me anyway, including winning like the World Series and stuff, because he was like bench coach and stuff like that. So, but did his thing, bro. Did his thing, right? And he was with New York after I left to take the commissioner job. We'll say, we'll take the commissioner's job. Um, so yeah, big shit. Big shit popping. Like that's the standard. That's the standard. That's the standard for I guess coaching, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, it's on the end of the you got 6 championships, 22 playoff appearances. Like who does that? Who does that? You know what I'm saying? So like I said, but you know, so but let's see. Let's see who the top 10 prospects are, right? So Dylan Covington is the top dude, right? But he's gonna be playing with Montreal this year anyway, so he ain't gonna be on the list much longer. I mean, I wanna say Kim might be playing, maybe. I don't know. He could be up and down because that's kind of like what that is. Waiver, so he's gonna be in AAA. He's in Single A, so he's still got some time. But I mean, shit. Um, he had a pretty interesting rise too, man. Shit, coming out of high school, like just dog walking everything, But quick rise through the system though. Specifically, I want to say last year. That's pretty good. To go from what short season A to A ball to double A, right? So to be honest with you, he should be in triple A right now. Like he really should be. I don't know what Miami's doing, but he should be in triple A because that's a quick rise through the system in my opinion. But neither here or there, right? He'll be a relief pitcher with some starter traits with Chicago, Denver. So he's in double A. Right. So like I said, some pretty good prospects, man. Pretty good prospects. Some people gonna be up there and some people not. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen people drafted first overall and not do shit. Like I said, that's just the nature of the beast, bro. Right. So there you go. That's kind of how we starting this thing out, man. How we starting it out. Um, like I said, man, I ain't really worried about payroll and all that shit. Like when you own the team, you can do what you want to do, bro. And I'm pretty sure, like being in New York, having all of this. you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Having all these eyes, all this money, all this stuff like that. I'm pretty sure Brooklyn's got a lot, right? So in my eyes, I bought this team for a little less than what it should have been, in my opinion, right? Just being honest. A little bit more, a little bit less than what it should have been, right? You know, so like I said, they had a really good run, like 50 to 55, where they had like really good players. We're talking top shelf players. We're talking almost like a death lineup with like with the Yankees, right? Like a death lineup that was supposed to win a bunch of titles, but just didn't work out, man. Like literally, they made the championship once, one time with all of those good players, and I'm like, yo, are you serious? Like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, man. Could not believe it. Like, I was like, dude, it's wild. I was like, damn, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, before we get started, I gotta show y'all that. Gotta show y'all that. So on this particular team, I want to say, let's go pitchers. Is that the year? Because one year they had like really, really good, like really good pitchers. So yeah, yeah. So 53. Yeah, 53 was the year, bro. Yeah, 53 was the year, man. You had Crowder, Hall of Famer, son of Xavier Crowder, right? So Hall of Famer, Max Crowder, Hall of Famer, Santiago Maldonado, Hall of Famer, Jaden Zimmer, Hall of Famer, what was that 53? Hall of Famer, Jaden Zimmer, Angelo Gardner, son of Andre Gardner, right? So you have all of this talent, right? And then you got probably the second best closer, second or third best closer ever in league history. So you got him, so just couldn't get it done, man. Just couldn't get it done one time. But I think they ended up losing to San Diego. I want to say San Diego. Like I said, I know y'all probably like, man, I just want to see the game plan, man. You talking too much. My bad. But gotta fill y'all in. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Yeah. So yeah. So at one season, and then Charlotte beat them. But like I said, then they go after Angelo Gardner, who's one of the best pitchers in the game at the time, and you can't get past the eclipse, right? But what I meant to say was there's also another Gardner in this particular universe, right? So you know, I like to do different shit. So he's a twin. So Avery Gardner, Angelo Gardner, one is a pitcher, one is a hitter, twins. And, you know, one of the best players. One of the best players, man. So uh that was the run of the eclipse. So nobody was really beating them. Let's just say that. So nonetheless, man, let's get it done, man. Let's get it done. Let's see this first game. And I want to say is starting. Sager rested. Let's fix that a little bit. My boy, good. He good. He's starting this game, so he good. All right. there we go. So that's the squad. That's how we rocking. Got everything set up, man. How I kind of want it. Um, this is my strategy. It's kind of universal on this particular game. So anybody who's an assistant uses my strategy. So starting pitchers have a max at 100 pitches. Like, I don't think it wavers too much unless you got like a perfect game or a no hitter. But if that ain't the case, you can pull it out at 100 pitches to say the least. Like relief pitchers, you get in some trouble and you over 25 pitches, you're getting a hook. No questions asked. So that's kind of the way I like it, man. Like I think get 100 pitches, it kind of keeps the injuries down, in my opinion, right? You know, especially for young pitchers, because it's already kind of cooked into the game that if you're like 19 starting, you're gonna be on a 80 pitch, 80, 70 pitch limit or something like that. So, but if you're a young flamethrower, I think 100 pitches is good, man. 100 pitches, a start, you good. 25 for a relief pitcher is good because you got to come in there hot, 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 hot. Ain't no sitting there dancing. We gonna throw it over here. No, you throw that shit. You got 25 pitches to get through your whatever your situation is. Bases loaded, uh, blowout, mop up duty. You got 25 pitches. No ends, no if, ands, or buts. So that's what happens. All right. So let's see. Let's see what happens, man. The hell, Leo. So Leo's on the list. Oh, but god damn it. Leo, Leo, Leo. Well, I thought that was a lot. I thought that was a lot. All right. Hold up. God damn it. All right. So we gotta do that one more time. All right. So I'm going like a 6-man rotation. Man. Weidman, closer, Travis is probably a setup dude, Leo Lopez, setup guy, long relief, Chris Brown, control. Actually, I don't want him as a specialist, man. I really, really want him as a setup dude, right? And I really kind of want him to be so 6, 7, 8, right? Packard. Let me see. Since Travis is younger, he can be a middle relief because he's got some stamina too. But Packard is definitely a setup guy. Packard probably be 7. Yeah, because the later in the game you want strikeout stuff, right? But if you're, in my opinion, if you want like, you know, the 6th inning, in my opinion, you if you up a lot, you kind of want to just, just play around with it, right? You got room to do that. But if you're in a tight game and you get past the 6, you just want to strike out shit, straight stuff, right? None of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. But the 6th guy, it's gotta be 6th guy's gotta be somebody else, man. Gotta be somebody that's trending young with some shit. Oh, shit, maybe we just going 5 because I don't have nobody real. All right, no, that works. That works. So we're back to the old school way of doing things. So Mike's earned the right to be number 1, guy 2, and then him 3. So there you go. Lineup Joe, so we gotta fix that. So it'd be Zen, Joe Williams, Westcott Perez, Dillard, Martinez, Brian, who's probably gonna be upset because he's batting behind people and shit. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, bro. You know, and we don't want him batting both sides because we ain't got no time for it. He's like 30, so as a rookie. So that's how it's gonna be. All right. So Jack Jones, who's actually a pretty good defender, man. Really good defender, but I mean, shit. What can you really do? Oh, he's got a major league contract, so man, could he be a candidate for the Super Soldier program? Yeah, being 26. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Cam Taylor. You hit a little bit, but yeah. Get out of here. Clear waivers first. Kiss my ass, man. Get this shit out of here. Get this shit out of here. You don't have no waiver days. Get this shit out of here. He's good to go. All right. He's on the squad. Get him up out of here. All right. Cool. All right. We should be good now. We should be all right. All right. Yeah, it might seem like, hey man, you ain't got no money. That's not the case. Use your imagination. This is a fictional universe. Okay? It's a fictional universe, man. All right. So expectations do not matter because guess what? I own the team. I am the guy. I'm the guy that does the thing that does the thing. So, all right. Let's see what we got, baby. All right. Good team going for that. What you call it? One more thing. One more thing before we get started. I need to do I need to find a screen that allows me to fix who does what on the team. So it's a screen, and I'll know when I find it. Not the strategy, staff roles. There we go. Perfect. Cool. That helps me out a lot because now it's more balanced in terms of the duties. All right, so we at the crib, defending champions. That's what it's supposed to be. Everybody get their rings, all kind of shit. So the pitching matchup is a stellar one at that. Kenyon Sager, the son of Kevin Sager. So there you go. We got that matchup, and we got Adam Bugger, man. Somebody that's turned out to be one of the best pitchers in the league, right? So don't really know much about him for real, but he's a 6th-round draft pick, man. Just nose to the grindstone, dog, and turned out to be pretty good. You know, top shelf pitcher. So this should be fun in terms of the matchup, right? Although, although he's a little overrated in a sense of when you're looking at um the OSA ratings, because our scout says he ain't that good. And we'll see if he's that good because we'll see if he's that good. Get through this lineup, be pretty good. All right, let's see. All right, I'll be right back. Y'all just watch this thing, man. All right, I'm back. So, got 2-0 lead right now. Yeah, I got 2-0 lead right now, man. Oh, yeah. Look, let's turn the speed down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. All right, there we go. Should be a little bit easier to watch. Back up. Yeah, there we go. Zen got the stolen base. Nah, that's out. All right, let's see. Oh, nasty. Filthy. Dealer got a nothing. Ah, man. So Bucker's got to go out the game. He got a back injury. He's feeling that one. He got a lot of that. Nah, they got it down in order. Just a two run lead. Yes, sir. Duke. Nice. Oh, he got a hit. That's 3. Oh, nope. Tried it. And out. Nothing again. All right, Freeman. Nice hit right there. Oh, out. Hey, if he get him some, it's on. All right. So we got second. And out again. So still 2-0. Oh yeah, back to his thing. Nice hit from them. Oh, we walking. Uh-oh. Yeah. Ah, but they might get a run. They do. They get a run, man. And then he hit dude. They making it interesting. Got him. Paint the corner. That's 10 strikeouts. All right, cool. I'm trying to make sure I can hit myself. All right. Bruno Perez. One of the best. Okay, Bruno got a steal. Hell yeah. Not slow. Not slow at all. Not like the most fleet of foot guy, but still good. All right, Packard's in. Let's start this thing. Let's see what this bullpen can do, man. I can't have that. Hey, all right, let's see. We got 2 outs. Let's get it. And they did it. That's it. That's what we needed to do. Shut it down. Don't give up nothing. Oh, he smacked that shit. Foul. Hell yeah. Go ahead, Cordova. Oh, Brian got another hit. Big B. Ah, man. That's gonna be him a lot this season, though. He gonna strike out a lot, but he gonna have like 30 homers if he healthy. All right, so we got two on, two out. All right, three on, two out. All right, Perez. Oh, did we get a granny? Granny Smith, Granny Smith, Granny Smith, Apple, Grand Slam. All right, now we don't need no closer, man. I don't need no closer. All right, that's it. So we up by 5 runs now. All right, let's get it. All right, let's get these. Let's check out these last three, baby. That's one. That's two. That's three. Ball game. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Starting off the season 1-0. Good start. Good start. Good start, man. Everybody happy. Ring ceremony was a fucking blast. Always want to win the game during the ring ceremony. Don't want to be that team that loses. That's just like the worst. I hate that shit. Like, bro, we celebrate. It's a happy time, bro. We're defending champs. Then you start off the season with a loss. That's like nastiest taste ever. It's like, okay, now we gotta wake up from our championship hangover, bro. Now we gotta do that. Like, I feel like if you win that first game after winning the championship, you know, of the next season, it's like our celebration continues for one more day or one more game or one more evening or whatever. And then we can start the season. Like, I feel like if you lose, now you gotta like, okay, now we start the season for real. But now, since we won, now the season begins for us. We last season, cool. Right. So there you go, man. Great game. From Kevin Sager, man. Really good. Did his thing, six innings and 10 strikeouts. Just performance on steroids, what he's supposed to be doing. Really good, man. Was a bullpen didn't give up nothing. Like I said, you love when they have 0 earned runs. Like that's it. That's the one. Runs, earned runs. As long as you ain't got that, that's pretty good. So, like I said, I don't know what's up with Bugger, but hopefully he's healthy, man. So, like I said, good start to the season, man. Like I said, Zen, Homer, RBI, batting 700. Joe Williams, they struggling, right? Just a little bit, you know. So it's early though. It's way early, way too early in baseball to be talking crazy. Like, what? They gonna lose already? But I do want to see the season predictions, man. So Baltimore is supposed to be pretty bad this season, but you never know. Trades change things. Some people, like I said, trades, the draft, obviously, because if you're really good, ain't no minor league system. You there right now. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen teams make trades and win championships, right? Dallas did it, right? Made a trade at the deadline, took it all the way to the championship. I've seen teams draft people and then they change the team drastically and they win a championship. So seen that. I want to say I forgot who did that. I forgot what team did that shit. But they drafted somebody and they changed the team drastically. I want to say it was Raleigh, but I'm not particularly sure. But nonetheless, actually, I can tell you. Actually, it was Zimmer. from Oklahoma City. He changed that team for real. Like, yeah, that was quick. They like went to the championship a couple times. They went to the championship a couple times during his first run there. Like I said, when he got there, they went to the title game 2 out of the 3 years. So at 48, 50, but 49, they was good too. So, but like I said, when you're the only guy, you can't do nothing with that. Like I said, Charlotte started a mini dynasty, mini one. Like I said, they won 2 championships. So, but they got the eclipse. They got the eclipse, bruh. So, like I said, Northmen get their thing, but start the season pretty good. Um, all right, let's see, man. So let's see what I want to do. Let's go to the draft announcement. Let's see who's going to the draft. Who's coming in the draft, should I say? Yeah, man. So yeah, Bruno already starting hot, man. I said, but don't like I said, don't be paying attention to like the rankings at the start of the season. Like once we get to like once we get to like I'd say the all-star voting when that starts, that's when you should start paying attention. That's when you start paying attention. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, not Leo Lopez. 11 months. Man, we just lost Franklin Lopez like during training, and then Cantrell. Yeah, but I can't use him. He ain't got anything that's like good, you know. So even though he's on there, I'm gonna release him. Only $1 million. All right, so had a bad injury right there. So Lopez gotta go on the injured list. The injured list, man. So like I said, it's a weird. Like I said, one of those things I did on the game that I wanted to be different from MLB. So MLB's got I want to say the 30 and the 60-day injured list. We got the 30 and the 75, right? So, but you hate to see people get injured, but now let's see who's ready to come up. You know, like I said, Loeffler's pretty good, so it might be his time. You know, so with that guy being out so long, right? I think the bullpen might be a little short in terms of that. But like I said, I still want to keep that 3-man rotation though. And I still want to keep that. And he pitched 2 innings and it was good. Let's see. Oh, it depends, man. That depends. Hmm. You know what? Let's go 6. Let's go 6. Let's let Loeffler do his thing, man. Let's see what he can do because he's not terrible and he's got a live fastball. Let's see what he can do. Like I said, I like the 6 man rotation, man. I think it keeps the stress away from everybody a little bit. Like the 5 man rotation is kind of universal, like 5 days, every 5 days. But sometimes you need that extra day, man. Sometimes you do. You need that extra day, right? Whether it be relaxing, extra treatment. I think that extra day just works, bro. Right? So, um, let's see. I think I got some stuff to do here. So let's do the depth. Yeah, so Jack Jones is actually going to be a pinch runner, which is not terrible because he's got some speed, which is perfect. That's perfect. Absolute perfect, man. So that's good. Um, Sam Wyman's got a save already. So I'm actually looking for another like pitcher in our farm system, man. So let me see. Anybody that need to come up right now that could come up and do some damage right now. I cut somebody. I ain't too crazy with that. Yeah, Omar Moreno, man. Nah, he's got some value. He's got some value. You, yeah, you might be valuable too. That's a good bat off the bench. So no. Dustin Higginbotham. Yeah, yeah, that's the guy. Let's see, I might shop him around. Let's see what we can get for him because he's kind of good. I don't want to do no. Do that. Single player. Um, let's try multi-player package to see what we can find. Prospect. Ah, look like we getting somewhere. Look like we getting somewhere. Okay. All right. Look like we getting somewhere. All right. Let's see. So Higginbotham. So Portland. So I'm not trying to give up too many, but but in AAA. If I can find me a relief pitcher, that's good. I'd do it. Hager. No, Sanford, no. He's not ready. I need somebody that's ready. Uh, Not fastball you got. So he's more ground ball pitcher, fly ball type. So not necessarily what I'm looking for. I'm looking for. All right. So same guy. Hmm. All right. Well, that's probably the best we could do. All right. That works. That works. That works. All right. So now we got him out the way, and then I'll probably bring up Matt Compton from Double A. Been pretty good. 4 games. You know. Yeah, 4 games. They bring him up, man, and he ain't gonna be no setup, bro. I feel like that's too early. I feel like we're rushing him because he already coming from Double A, right? So he could do the setup, bro, right? You have him in the 6th inning. I guess I'm OCD when it comes to that shit. Have him in the setup role, but avoid high leverage though. Like, yeah, 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 yeah. So, all right, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. He got a good fastball though, so we'll see. See how that goes. But got one more day. Let's check out this. Yeah, let's check out this thing real quick. Let's see what we got. Hopefully, it's pretty good, man. Let me say this real quick because we done did a lot of stuff. So let me say that real quick. All right, so that should be fun. Yeah. All right, all right, all right. So Matt Compton did get a game in already. In a blowout win against Detroit, 27-9. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. 28-9, bro. Jesus. Came in, gave you 40 innings, 40 pitches, you know, gave up a home run, couple walks, couple hits, but gave you some good work, man, Like I said, you kind of got to take it what it is, man. With a guy like that, just coming from college, 4th round pick, right? So you expect him to be a pretty good player when you draft somebody that high, even though it's like a lot of rounds and shit. You still, you still expect, some players that you draft to be real good, you know. So, but let's check out this draft, man. Let's see what we got going on. I can check it out from the league news menu sometimes. All right, so Cromley supposed to be a high. Jordan Reyes coming from high school. Sam Berg. Sam Berg in high school too. No, he's in college. This is a feeder system too. So a lot of guys I be getting from there, man. So Ranfield, Ibarra should be pretty good. Ben Mason is pretty good. Vic Bashaw has a good on base eye, patience, discipline, or whatever. So he can draw a lot of walks, but it's gonna be a walker. So on base percentage is gonna be his thing. But Franklin Castillo has a A++ power grade, so that should be interesting. So let's check out the mock draft, man. So we got the Generals picking first. Um, be interesting to see what happens there, right? So I find it interesting. That's my favorite part of the game, right? So when I say that some teams have drafted and become even better, it's usually because they made moves during the off season, right? So if you're ass the season before and you're ass in the next season coming into the draft, you're still gonna be ass even with the star player. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of change the philosophy of the draft in a sense, right? So if you're going into say the draft is, July, right? So in July, if you're like a good team, right? So right now you're looking at a team like it's early, so if you're looking at a team like Montgomery, right? They're 4-4, right? Ranked 11th right now in the league. So when you have a team like that, the philosophy changes because now we need somebody to help us get into the playoffs, right? So you draft the best player available, right? But if you're in a situation like the Generals, who are 18th right now, say in July, they're still 18th. Now you can draft maybe the high school player because you might have time to figure that shit out and not be bad. You know what I'm saying? Now, my normal philosophy, like when I be just fucking around drafting people for people and stuff, is to draft the best player available. Period. Right. So when you look at the draft pool right now, right, all players. So the best player available is Willie Torres, right? I don't think he's in playing against high schoolers. I just think it might just be wherever he's from. I want to say Guatemala. So the good players from Guatemala. Oh, Willie Torres is the best. He's the best player right now. and and interesting enough, they got a player from Guatemala already that's probably the best player on the team right now. Yep, Velez. So he's an on base darling. He does that, right? So, you would probably maybe draft him, right? But you go a different route, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Go a different route. You know what I'm saying? You can also go Steven Allen, who is probably the best player though. I think he hits better, but in terms of balance, that's probably the player you're gonna get. Just depending on what you're looking for. Like what you're looking for. You're looking for pitching, you're looking for hitting, you know, looking for defense, that's the thing, right? If you play good defense already, I don't have to, I don't have to teach you that. You're already good, you know. So that's kind of what it is. You do that. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. Well, it should be interesting though. It should be very, very interesting. Let's see. So, but let's see. Let's get into this thing, man. So, typically I like to want to go to the combine. Cause I ain't really scout nobody for real, but I guess for the sake of content, I do it. All right. So right now, Zen is having a good season. He was in the top three. Yeah, Bruno's got his typical power season where he's doing damage, a whole lot of damage. So that should be interesting, man. So 7-4. The Black Wolves surprised me a little bit, but I think they made a big purchase in free agency, so or a big trade or something like that. All right. Kevin Sager's pretty good. Oh man. So let's see, man. So the mercenaries. I can't believe my daughter sold the team. Can't believe she sold the team, bro. That conversation would be like, really? You gonna sell the team and not keep it in the family, bro? But I was like, hey, that's your choice. Like I said, whatever. Let's see. Ricardo Serrano signs with St. Louis, so that's good. So now you're starting to see the distance between the good teams and the bad teams and everybody else in between, right? You see the in between, a lot of 10 and 10s, a lot of 10 and 11s, right? But the top is the top. And it fluctuates sometimes because you've seen the Black Wolves was at number one. Now they back out of the playoffs right now. So like I said, shout out Adam Bugger though. He had that injury in game one, right? He back having a good ass season. So let's see who else. Some interesting storylines. So Manny Fernandez leading the league in saves right now. Dillard got home runs, so he fighting for it. So he fighting for it. Let's see. I'm interested to see like who's last though. Who is last in this whole thing? You know, like Ricky Bobby said, if you ain't first, you're last. So let's see, Zen batting 400 right now. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I think it's only been like 3 people bat 400, like 3 or 4. It's not a lot, and it don't happen often either. I think we had dude do it 2 times in a row. Like, and that shit was crazy. I was like, yo, like how the hell you do that shit? You know? Let's see. So let's see. I think the best oh shit. Hold up. We can't have that. We can't have that. Now, certain times I don't intervene, right? Certain times I don't intervene, but certain times I do. This is one of those times I intervene. I can't have him hurt. I can't have it because that's a big piece of the storyline. I can't have it. I need him to play. So we call it. Look, girl, what you doing over there? I can't have him hurt. I can't do it. I can't have him hurt, especially not after coming off another after All Star. I can't do it. I can't have him. I'm sorry. Can't have them doing that. And I want to say this is a contract season too. So I definitely can't have that. Definitely. Gotta play. Gotta get that shit together. Right? One of the best players in the league. We need him. Freaky Mike Cushion. Like, come on, man. You need him. Plus, they made a big ass trade for him. Remember where I told y'all earlier that Dylan Covington is the top prospect in the league? Well, he's a part of that trade. That's why he is like that. He's one of the best. One of the best. So, like I said, I usually don't intervene. Let's just be honest. I don't. But that's one of those ones I can't have. I can't have that one. We need him to play. We need LA to be good. Because the only because there are two teams in LA, right? Because I kind of like the big market teams is what I like sometimes, right? I like the Brooklyn, but I already had a team somewhere else. So I thought it'd be interesting to put a team because everybody thinks of New York as New York City, the five boroughs and shit like that. But I was like, okay, well, we got Brooklyn. So the New York team on the other side would be in the state capital, which is Albany. So I thought that'd be cool. Obviously you need your Philly, you need your Pittsburgh rivalry, which I hope at some point we could get that kind of subway series between them, which would be awesome. Let's see. LA's got two teams, obviously, the Revolution and the Avengers. Ohio's got two teams, Cincinnati, Cleveland. So, like I said, we got them everywhere. We got teams everywhere in places that you probably wouldn't even think a team could survive in, right? Providence, Rhode Island. I had to do that. Uh, Charleston, South Carolina. Gotta have your Mexican team. Then we got two Canadian teams. Yeah, we got two Canadian teams, Montreal and Vancouver. Um, so yeah, uh, Albuquerque. I need to put one in New Mexico. Had to do that. But the weirdest spot for the teams, in my opinion, is Arizona. I got like three teams in Arizona. Like three. I think three. Because you got the Chandler Black Wolves, Chandler, Arizona. You got the Mesa, Arizona Stags. Um, that's it though. I think the next round of um teams that I add, the next expansion, we gotta put one in Phoenix. Got to. So I think it's only two now. Yeah. And I have Seattle. I've got a team in Wyoming. Think about that shit. Like, think about that shit. Wyoming, bro. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine that. Put a team in Wyoming, bro. Yeah, gotta have Vegas, gotta have Kansas, gotta have Raleigh. There's two teams in North Carolina. You got the Raleigh Hawks, and then you got the Charlotte Tribe. So gotta have them. Gotta have them. All right. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Anybody upset? Anybody upset? Anybody upset? Nah, nah. All right, cool. All right. Oh, read them all. So let's go to the combine, man. Let's see what we got. All right. So It's really not that serious, man. You gotta go outside, look, girl. Hey, hey, hey. You okay? All right. Let me take her outside real quick. I'll be right back, man. But we're gonna get into this combine because I love that shit, man. But yeah, most definitely gotta take her outside. I ain't cleaning up no shit. Mhm. All right. All right, we back. We back. Yeah. My little brother got up. So um we back. So let's talk about this damn uh scouting combine, man. So we got Torres and Allen. So that's probably 1 and 2 in the draft. So I'm a scout. You know, you know, that's the good people. That's pretty good potential. Angus Black. Angus Black. Okay, so I'm gonna change my name to Angus Black.
Fuck is it?
There's a 19-year-old shortstop. Yeah, 19-year-old shortstop. He going to I don't know. I don't know how he going in the draft. We'll see. But that nigga 19. I be taking like pros from other leagues and putting them into our college system. Go short stuff, figure it out. All right, let's go. I'm gonna go to July July 5th or July 1st. Yeah, all right. Yeah, right. Wow. Meanwhile, shit, but yeah, but they got 40. Yeah, see you know how hard it is to bat 400, bro.
Uh,
It's, it's only been this it hasn't been done since 1940 something.
no, no, 500.
Nah, I think that's probably if somebody bat 500, that's probably like before like the first couple years of like baseball and shit. I mean, back in the day, like around, like, I can't even say around the time Pops was young. I don't think motherfuckers wasn't doing 400 for real then. But Pops did see. I want to say he saw um, the guy that did it. I want to say we saw him. That's like 46. So I don't know when Pops was born. I think it was like 36, 36, 36.
Finna go get your soccer.
Yeah, I took it up out of here. Yeah, fraction finger, but he only out a little bit though. Put him on the injured list. Injured list, 75 days. It's not exactly 3 months, but give somebody else a shot to come up and play. Lines a little bit. Open these blinds a little bit. Open the blinds a little bit. All right, let's see who I'm bringing up. Yeah, he ain't ready yet. He ain't ready yet. I ain't really got nobody that's ready either. Oh man. Injury time left. So he just out, bro. He just out. He just out. Got an unknown injury. Oh, shit, I need somebody up here, bro. I mean, shit. I need somebody up here. Let's see, 35. Patrick Flynn. Got some good defense. That's pretty good. Well, shit. There you go. Come up there, Patrick Flynn, and see what you can do. See what you can do on the next level. Pinch hitter. Got some power, though. That's for sure. Let's see. Depth chart. Let's see that. What's up? I feel you around my leg. I feel you around my leg. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Oh, all right. Come pretty. Uh-huh. What's up? All right. Oh, really? Really? Why y'all playing, man? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm. Choo-choo, 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 choo-choo. Yeah. Go on, little rat. No, but
Brooklyn Power.
yeah. Yeah, I don't like I said. I've been playing this game since like 2021, something like that. And I had a I had a franchise on there, and some of these logos I liked. I was like, damn, that's kind of tight. Brooklyn Power kind of look cool, like a satellite dish almost. Then you had I don't know. You had like the Black Wolves, which is kind of cool, red and black logo with a wolf on it, and a baseball diamond. That's pretty cool. Obviously, I like the Charleston Cottonmouths. I like them with the snake head. I like that. Um, let's see. I always like the Black Sox. That's like my Detroit team usually. Um, the Ice Machine.
Oh,
Yeah, Ice Machine. Let me see. I don't know. I always like the Los Angeles Revolution too. The Avengers for the other LA team. I always do two of those. I think the newest one I like um, is Oklahoma City Inferno. I like that shit. I like that shit a lot. Um, damn, somebody on their bike. Oh, they on their bikes already. I was like, damn. See, the Seattle Peacocks is always the one I've been using for a while. I like that shit. That shit kind of cool. So I don't never get this far on the franchise. Period. Not really. I don't get this like 64, 2064. I don't get that far. Not really. Because something usually happen. Either I mess it up to save or something. God damn, Kendall. Yeah, but yeah, but for the most part now, shit. I've been doing this save so long. I had the team. I had because I was for real just doing like commissioner mode for real. I was just doing moves, making moves, just seeing how the league pan out and shit. And I was like, shit, man. In my fictional universe, like I started the league, but I'm commissioner, so I got a piece of the league. So a part of me signing my deal is I get an expansion team for like half the cost. So I put a team in Minneapolis and shit, and we win a bunch of championships. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever, right? Then I sell that team. I get a team to Cassidy, right? I put her on the game, and then I usually go like a little bit longer, and then I pick up another team. So that's the Brooklyn Power, and then that would be Caden team, right? But Cassidy fucked up the whole thing because she sold the team to some dude. I don't know who this dude is, but she sold it to some dude. I was like, damn. She had it for a while though. She had it for a good little minute, but like that's the league's best team, so you have to assume that it was a pretty good price. So yeah, that's damn. Let me see. I was trying to see. I got my fucking history on here and shit. Yeah, I sold that team. So it'd be 45, so 46 to 63, almost 20 years. Now, why you get down knowing you can't get back up? Nah, but nah, let's see. So, what I'm about to do? I'm about to do something. Let's see, July 1st. Yeah, so that's just what I do. And then I make like I think last year I started like the new thing where I like make like some of the star players kids and shit. I started doing that shit like last year. So this time it was cuz I keep my thing universal. So remember Andre Gardner, the 7 foot point guard from 2K? That nigga was a 6'4" shortstop. Do everything. But instead of like making them OP like I did on 2K, I start him off as a defensive person. So let's see, one like 4 gold gloves in a row, which is best defense in baseball. Now they got a platinum glove. I don't really know what that means, but I guess no errors or some shit like that. I guess something to give people who play defense at a high level more respect. Because not committing no errors is kind of hard, man. Because niggas hit the ball, it can go anywhere. It can go off your glove, off your face, like anywhere. So nah, that was pretty cool. So he's just a good defensive player, and then his offense took over afterwards. So then he became like MVP. But by that time, yeah, won a bunch of titles, and then I left to do the new league I started. So it's supposed to be like I don't know if you heard about the AFL and NFL. That's kind of how it's supposed to be. So I tried to do a merger one time, but I didn't like the way that shit went. So I had merged both leagues together to create this one big ass baseball league, but it's too much. Some teams don't. Some teams don't want to. They don't want to like sim the season sometimes. There's like 70 teams and shit. I'm like, all right, man, but like, nah, that's too much. So I just like, nah, we just keep it 2 leagues and do like a Super Bowl of baseball or some shit. Where the winner of your league plays the winner of our league, and whoever had the better record, that's where we play the game. Cause I was like, nah, bro. Cause we like 50 games into the season and one team ain't played no games. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, nah, we ain't finna do that. And I told you, I knew it. I said that motherfucker gonna hit like 30 homers if he stay healthy. But he like 33 already. All right, let's try to help him out just a little bit. Give him that super soldier serum, bro. Give him that old Captain America. Like one season, man. I can't imagine just just coming over to America to play baseball at like 33. I can't imagine that. That seems like it's so late in the process, dog. But me being the wonderful businessman that I am, I just signed that motherfucker to a $200 million contract, bro. Descending, of course, right? Yeah, it goes down as he gets older. But I was like, shit, man, he got like 100 and he was like 104 power. I was like, all right, I gotta sign him. Can't get that power anywhere. If I got, oh, you got like 20 homers already. You got like 20 homers already. You got 900 OPS, which is your on base percentage plus your slugging. So slugging is like power. Yeah, it's like power numbers. And then your on base is just how much you get on base. Walks, hits, things like that, you know. So 900 is good though. Really good. I think 700 is considered bad. Yeah, 700 is considered bad. 800, I think, is like average. Yeah, I think that's average. Uh, yeah, that's average. Anything above 850 is pretty good. You got people that get like 1,000, which is like stupid good. That's like elite. Yeah, it's fucking. So they batting 396. Fuck. Batting Joe Williams. That nigga batting 357. That's stupid. 349. They got 49 homers already, and we ain't even at the All Star. That's it. She almost there though. Now she's sleep. Cordova, Brian Freeman, they got 300. That's good. Yeah, Kevin Sager. Yeah, he ain't doing the stuff though, man. Yeah, Mike. Will this be the last season for Mike though? I don't know. Will it be the last season for Mike? I don't know. Why he pitch so long? Guess trying to save the bullpen. He was at JPB for a while. Damn, that's what's up. That's fire. So he had like, okay, we got like a bunch of saves and shit. Man, he's so good with Charleston, bro. He's so good with Charleston, bro. Man, he's good. You got Guy 11-0. Shit. Sore shoulder, so he out for a little 6, 7 weeks. So he's not on the IL, but he kind of should be. Yeah, we put him on the so 30 days is a month, and it's like 4 weeks in a so it's like almost 2 months, 1.5 months. So 75 days is like 2.5 months. I guess 30. That'll work. Put him on 30-day injured list. Then Gabe Like 2-8. He ain't ready yet. Yeah. Yeah. Have him come back early. He's like, I'm good, coach. Put me in. Put me in, coach. Throw the flag, coach. So, Fowler kind of gonna mess up the rotation just a little bit. But, Fowler, yeah. Put him at the back of the rotation. He's struggling. Put you in middle relief. Give me Tim. To middle relief. Give me Gonzalez. Switch that up a little bit. Because it need to change, bro. Yeah, for 3 days. That's fine. 6. Yeah, that's the shit. Chris Brown. Although he's struggling, he still ain't lost a decision. So it's kind of what it is. Yeah, he got hit kind of hard. 87. Yeah, 87. Oh, messages. Lava's been doing good though. Finally got the ERA back under fucking 4. So that's good. For West Virginia. I don't think I got a team in West Virginia. I don't think I do. Ugh, Weidman. God damn. That's a postseason. Doing good at first. I don't know what happened. I guess that's once you get to that point, it's like, oh, but he came from he came from uh, he came from MLB. That's why. That's why. Give him a good fastball. Yeah. Yeah. Nice fastball, bro. Yeah. Count him and see what we can do. Yeah, he came from MLB, so I was like, damn. You got 300 already. Won a World Series and two. All right, let me see. What time is it? 7. All right. All right. Do I want to make any trades, bro? All right. First thing is if I'm doing that, because I'm about to like get a team up. Where, yeah, get a team up a little bit. Mm, man, they need to really be looking to keep him. All right, so that's the first order of business. Yeah, I gotta keep him. $108 million. And that's for arbitration. But y'all need to be thinking long term. Be thinking long term. Thinking long term. So we asking for like a $2 billion deal. Told you we pass a little bread, bro. We pass a little dough. This is the big leagues. When you're a good player, you got to pay. All right, that's cool. Hey, oh no, I didn't do that. Rest, move up just a little bit. 33. All right, now let's start bringing that shit down slowly. All right. Let me get there. Bring that shit down to almost where he wanted at. No trade clause, but you don't get no opt out though. I think that's fair. You ended up with way more than you asked for. So what? 2.3 billion. Nasty. Yeah. He from Maine. Yeah, he from Maine. Maine. I think that's a state I probably don't really touch for real. It's close to Maine. Maine, like it's like New York up there, Vermont, New Hampshire. Yeah, Vermont, New Hampshire, New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut. That's all up there. The capital of Vermont. Montpelier or some shit like that. So, shit, I don't know. In a long time. All right, that's the first order of business. You had to keep him. You had to. Yeah, about 420. Jeez. What the hell got into you? Best players. They on his Ichiro, bro. Ichiro was like that. He went like 400. It gotta go down eventually, huh? Gotta go down eventually. Okay. So he was drafted under there. One of those players from like the pro, and then I put him over here. Yeah, so he's coming over here balling. So yeah. Yeah, I think Lewis is pretty good too. Yeah, so I really got a lot to do with him. He's fast too, but he got the speed, so he get on base. He might not steal that much though, but he turning that corner around first, and he's scoring. Well, not turning that corner around first, but he turning singles into doubles and doubles into triples. Probably quite often too. So interesting. Interesting. All right, so let's see. All right, so the bad teams are the bad teams. Bro. So the Generals still picking relatively high. Jacksonville relatively bad. The Eclipse that's bad. They on bad times right now. And my man can't save them. He can't save them this time, bro. That was such a good trade, bro. That was a good trade. I forgot who was in that trade, but that was a good trade. That was a real good trade. That was, they drafted him. So he with the blue chips. And then he went back to school and was picked in the first round. And then the Mustangs made a trade. That's what kind of that's what kind of started San Diego's run. This guy got 4 MVPs, including 2 in a row. Later in his career too. 3, yep. Rookie of the year. Yeah, he dope. He dope. I think he might play one more season. One more. Just so he can get to the 700 club. I don't think we got nobody in that club yet. Yeah, a couple 500s. I think we got a lot more 600s now. Yeah, yeah, he's already. Yeah, he just passed Evan Barnes. So yeah, only 3 men have hit 600 homers. Yeah, 3 men. Bradley just got his 600 this season. Yeah, he just got his 300. Yeah, he went there, didn't sign. Yeah, first overall pick by Jackson. Yeah, Jackson to the Hustlers. And the Hustlers. Yeah, an expansion draft. They picked it first overall. Yep. It's gotta be pretty cool playing for your home state team though. From Alabama, playing in Montgomery. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. He's doing his thug dealer though. I say he just got 600. That's 600 homers. Yeah, 600 homers and 2,500 hits. Smell that? I smell a Hall of Fame jacket. Yeah, I smell a Hall of Fame jacket, bro. He was good, bro. He ain't tasted. He ain't tasted championship success, but everybody doesn't win. So yeah, but yeah, yep. So we had Osorio. He had the home run record for a little bit. Gadberry, he had it for a little bit. Messerschmidt, he has such a interesting career, bro. Like like he was looking like the guy, bro. Like he was looking like the guy. Like one of the best players to ever play, bro. Yep. He had that season because I want to say they won 36. Yeah. He was good that season. But 37, 36, they won at 37. It's like, okay, I'm the shit. And then it just kind of, like, it wasn't the tightest season, right? You know, he got 200 hits. He got, like, he could do that. But it wasn't the tightest seasons after that, right? Still good. Like, 280 is still good. OPS 900, that's still good. That's not terrible at all. But like, it just felt like they were good seasons, not 12 war. You know what I'm saying? Which is like elite. Still good, like top of the league in terms of war and shit. It seemed like the decline started so fast after that. 8, 7, 6, 5, 2, 5. Got back up to 5. Then back to 3, 3, then back to 5. Like just up and down in terms of like that. You know what I'm saying? But he's a champion, and he stayed with the same team for 16 seasons. But he got a championship though. So that's what it is, bro. Worked out. Alvarado got 500. I said the 500 club. Yeah, 500 club. Yeah, that 500 club is getting pretty good, man. Got Ted who hit 500 on the money. We got, housing. Spent a lot of time in Portland, man. Like, you got guys that hit 400, but didn't nobody do it twice. Housing did though. He definitely did. He hit that shit twice, bro. Yeah, not just 500, bro. Not just 400, bro. 400 with like 50 homers, bro. Like he 50 ball 3 years in a row, bro. That's wild, G. I can't imagine that shit. Dylan Hudson, he got 500. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people. Everything. Yeah, 8. 500 club. A little more. But yeah, that's tight though. I fucks with it. But Avery's the home run king, man. I don't know if he got. I don't know if he got 20 homers in him. Not this season. That's all he needs to get to the 700 club and be the only person in there. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Bradley could. He could get it too. He could get in that 700 club. He could. And bring back Evan Barnes. Bring back Evan Barnes, bro. He was good though. He was good, man. He was good, man. Real good. But yeah, but he did his thing, man. Yeah, but that's pretty much it though. Hits RBI. Yeah, he might get 2,000 RBIs, and that would be absolutely nuts. In 1,000 RBI club. Got 50 members. 50 members in it. Nick Ovett, he was one of the first ones to do it. One of the first ones to do it. Ryan D. Yeah. Ryan D was one of the first superstars in the league, bro. One of the first, man. He was so good. I wanted him to get them championships in New Jersey, man. But you know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? Let me show y'all. Let me show you. Ryan D owns the Northman. How about that? Y'all not gonna move my team. The team I built, basically. The team I built. Y'all not gonna do me like that. You're not gonna do my team like that. You out of your mind. Not at all. Mm-mm. I'm gonna buy my team. He did too. In this fictional universe that I've created, he did. He bought his team. 1,000 RBI club, man. I'm trying to see if these records is like breakable anytime soon. Avery might catch Steven though. He might. He might catch Steven. But all right, let me get this so get to a stopping point. Come back probably later today. When I come back later today and after the show or something. That's it, man. said, I appreciate, the viewership I've been getting tonight, though. Tonight, early morning. I appreciate that shit. That shit's cool. Like I said, man, I'm just trying to grow this channel. Right? Trying to give it some love, man. Like I said, been going through some stuff, but focusing on the football channel, football frame of mind. Don't forget, got a show tonight, so check it out if you're into that football shit. God damn, talk about glowing up. All right, let's see the waiver wire or the trading block. Let's see. All right, so Mesa is bad, real bad. Okay, so and he is an average guy, so he hit for average. Yeah, he hit for average. So who needs an average guy? Black Wolves. Yeah. He just old, that's all. He just old. Chronic. What's that? Chronic back soreness. Yeah, he just old. Yeah, he been around a long time, but he changed their team though. He changed their team for sure because he was that's 100. Well, not 100 loss team, but the year before that they definitely were. They got that shit together. Say, do they need a shortstop? Yeah, that'd be an upgrade. That would be an upgrade. All right, we go Chandler, and then they get to the trade for. Let's see, 4-star dude. So yeah, you end up getting 2. No, I don't think I would regret that trade. I don't think so. I think that'll be a good trade. That'll help you out a lot. Because now, you know, get this dude, and you get this guy back, and you got yourself a pretty good team. Trade block. All right, let's see. Robert Mercado. Still got his discipline. Still got his plate discipline, man. Still got it. That ain't going nowhere. Get on base. Let's see what happens. Actually, might be a really good trade for somebody though. Like somebody get on base a lot that need like. I guess that's a good metric in terms of like runs. Portland probably. Portland probably would use him. Even though they got a guy like him. So they don't really need him for real. Unless he can play another position or something. They already got first base. I mean, he can play second, but it's not necessarily his thing. He can do it, but to what end that you ask that? See, he didn't really need no second base either. they kind of square when you look at that. He's 32. Do that for Cincinnati. They got kind of their first baseman. He's good. And they got Mackay. So DH is kind of taken. They got second base. So maybe they can make that work. Maybe if you Cincinnati, you can make that work. Unless he got like a no trade clause or something. I'll probably go third. Yeah, probably be third. All right. Let's see what y'all got. What y'all looking at? Y'all got a place for him? So DH. Then Mackay goes to the outfield, which isn't necessarily a good thing either. He ain't that good at defense. But I'm pretty sure I figured it out. Alright. Let's see. God damn. Alright. Let's see. Larson. Greg Larson, man. Greg Larson. Been pretty good, man. Been traded a lot, but he's also been good. 400 saves, bro. 400 saves, bro. That's a lot, G. $400 saves. Still topping 99. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Detroit can definitely use his old ass as a closer. Maybe you win some ball games, bro. I mean, they only made the playoffs like 5 times, bro. So I think if you're, but then again, yeah, man. Yeah, he was in there so long. Man. Like, damn, he been there so long, dog. He been there so fucking long, bro. Yeah, like he been there a while, bro. Damn, bro. Damn. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, man. Because he gonna retire like a member of their team, so it's not necessarily even. That's a tough one. Now Larson been traded so many times, like it don't even phase him right now, bro. Yeah, he ain't nothing. Nah, that'd be alright. Yeah. Cause then like he gonna be pitching that long. I figure out anyway. He almost done, bro. Yeah, he almost done with his career. He almost done now. Yeah, so he been traded once, twice, three. 4, so it's like the 5th time. Look at my face, damn fly. Man, traded Denver. Yeah. Traded the Boston. He traded. So he signed with Las Vegas. And then Las Vegas was horrible. Traded him to Boston. Because they was in the championship window. They ended up getting uh, this guy who hit 400 and turned into an MVP. Rebuilt their whole team. Then he signs an extension with Boston. Boston gets bad, trades him to Montgomery because they need a closer to try to win a championship. And then now he gets traded to Detroit. Well traveled, sir. Well traveled. All right, so Charlotte is kind of they got a question to ask, right? So McAllister is one of the best players in the league history. Underrated, in my opinion, because he hasn't been like dominant. But he do got 2 Pitcher of the Year awards, 200 wins, 3,000 strikeouts. So definitely underrated. Definitely, definitely. And I think he's got a championship 52. So yeah. So you're gonna need a pitching. That's probably the move to make. Yeah, probably the move to make. Yeah. So either arm or something. That's K's. Oh, Vegas definitely needs it. They got Branch. He can throw all day, but they ain't got no frontline starter. Like I say, I say if we make that move, it'll help you out a lot. 'Cause with that first part of the playoff being one game, you need that shit. So you got no trade clause. So is he willing to waive it? He's like, man, let's talk to him. Let's talk to him. He's like, hey man, we suck. We trade you to a winner. Yeah, take that out. I mean, because technically, unless the thing is, I want to retire. I don't want to play for nobody else because that's a factor too. Because if you want to retire as a tribe, which was going to happen anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years with them. So yeah, Vegas would be cool. Plus, he closer to Cali. Yeah, closer to Cali. So Las Vegas. You're like, hey, we bring his old ass in. Let's see. Y'all only get like a third round pick though. That's it. All right, let's see. Any other trades I want to make? It's a good off season to try to get a closer if you need one. Good ones out there. Okay. All right, let's see. All right, now it's time to see if there is a blockbuster trade out there. All right, so torn flexor tendon. Ugh. This is good, so they don't need to make any. Danny Bennett. Philadelphia's pretty good. Albuquerque's pretty good. They just got him. Dillard. All right. Well, we're going to save this right here, man. We're going to call it a day, man. I got some stuff to do today. Before we do this show, on the Football Frame of Mind channel. So, it's been fun. Been on the game like 4 hours. Be back playing this motherfucker later. Should be fine. But I got some responsibilities. No, responsibilities. As Angelica said on the Rugrats years ago, got responsibilities. So let this save. Yeah, let this save, man. And I want to thank y'all for watching. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.